Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Dawn with Scrapbook Sage. I'm going to be doing a craft with me. So I hope you guys are all doing well. I am just sitting here going to be fussy cutting things. I have a new phone that does videos. So I thought I would come in and see if I can do a craft with me with the new phone and see how well it works so I can start doing more of them. I'm looking forward to that. Anyways, so I'm just cutting up ephemera today, and I don't know. So yes, I'm just cutting up ephemera today and making sure I have some stamping on it, and I'm going to ink some things. So nothing really big. I just thought I would share some of my workflow. Some people had been wondering, what do I do to, how do I keep moving and keeping, getting a lot done in a shorter amount of time and all that good jazz. So I should have inked these little tags like I did the bigger tags you can see, well, before I cut them, but I forgot to do that. So that is a tip there. You can do them individually if you want to have like different types of stamps on them after you cut things, or you can do them all as one. I really like, I'm starting to try to collect like the favorites. You know, we like the library cards and tags and journaling cards and ephemera that is sort of nostalgic in colors that I like. This year I really want to figure out what things I love and play with those more and start weeding out the things I don't use as much. So I'm working on and then I'm just gonna set this over here. Yeah. So I am working on a book journal. I did Dear Julie Julie's mini challenge on Monday, and I made this little book journal. It was inspired, here it is. It was inspired by Reader's Digest, and we needed to put 8 pages of the Reader's Digest in here. So I did that, and I'll go ahead and do a little flip through here. I'm casting my video onto my computer and it turns sideways, so I'm not quite sure if this video is going to go sideways. I think I'll be able to fix it if it does. It might just be another step. I'm not quite sure how to stop that, but I will look into that. New phones. I'm going to hopefully get a camera too, so we'll see which one I like videotaping on more. So this right now is just a naked journal, and since it was the challenge in the mini challenge, or it was the mini challenge, it doesn't have to be fully embellished. I just wanted to start making ephemera and stuff to be putting in it. And let's see, I'm gonna keep on videotaping the yeah, I'm just checking my phone and to see what's videotaping and what's not, figuring out my work process. So thanks for your flexibility. If you're curious, trying to think, what is it called here? It's called Let's View. Okay, so I am trying to get more into the tech side of things. I don't know if I will be editing videos. Really, I really like to craft, and I know if I make the journals and my ephemera, I can sell it. So by the way, if you like watching YouTube flip throughs and now craft with me's, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. I will just sort of share my process with you with things that I'm working on. I work really randomly. I've got like, yeah, I work really randomly. I do make a lot of junk journals. I made 300 journals last year, and I'm probably up to about 200, 250 this year. I will probably make 300 or 400 this year. We'll see how that goes. But I'm also enjoying making the ephemera, and that has been going well too. I sell my journals at a local consignment shop in Seaside, Oregon. It's called Crafted in Seaside. If you guys visit Seaside, go check it out. Check out the junk journal. Say hi to Dawn, the shop owner, and let her know that Dawn sent you. Yeah, there's 2 of us there. It's fun. And she's amazing. She makes, she has some really fun shirts and tumblers, and she's a crafter as well, likes to host crafting events. I think this next week or so they're going to be doing macrame with one of the other artists. We've got 38 artists, 38 artists represented in the shop there. So if you go there and buy one of my journals and support one of the other artists as you start shopping for Christmas, that is a lot of fun. I know that I have some Oregon Coast friends in some of the groups that I might share this video with, so I thought I'd throw that out there. What else is going on? I am also consigned with Yvette's Junk Journal shop, and you can go ahead and check her out on Ko-fi. She is she has taken over the consignment marketplace side of Nevermore Creations 17 from Lindsay Zenora. I don't know if anybody has been in the junk journal community for a long time. Lindsay has some amazing digitals. I work with her digitals all the time. I was lucky to buy into some of her lifetime digitals a couple years ago, and I use them. If I want to make a themed journal, I know exactly which digital of hers I want to use. So that is a lot of fun. Lindsay is not doing as many videos as she used to. She's working full time and needed to move on from that part of her business. She still makes digitals and she still does videos, but since she's working full time, she decided to sell the marketplace, which is the part of her business where she actually had artists like me and and Yvette and I both started selling journals with her around the same time. And she will take a commission or she took a commission, and then she would show your journals and then she would sell them on her website. Well, Yvette is doing the same thing, but she's selling it on Ko-fi. She doesn't have a like her own .com. She's selling on Ko-fi. And if you want to sell your journals with Yvette, feel free to go to her shop and or to Yvette Qualley on YouTube to get more information on how to go about that process. She has links, and I will put her link to her YouTube down below, and to her coffee shop, Ko-fi. And I also have a Ko-fi shop. It is Scrapbook Sage. I'm Scrapbook Sage on everything but YouTube. YouTube is my name. I'm hoping to do more videos that are maybe a little bit more eclectic. So I wanted to get the camera to show a little bit more of like the Pacific Northwest. I love making digitals from my own photos and things that inspire me just in life, whether it is what's happening in the world, whether it's family stuff, nature. I love it all. So I've been needing to make another book journal. Probably not this one. I want to make a nicer one for my aunt. She's the only one. So you guys might be seeing that in the near future, as you might see some more book ephemera being used here as I do craft with me. So I work on not saying so often. I know it's a habit that I have, so I apologize for that. And what else? I do have a little bit of a sore throat, so I don't know how long I will do this craft with me. I know I want to get another couple videos done today. My husband was home the last couple days, so I don't video it often, or it's a little bit more of a challenge to get a video done while he's home, since I work in the living area space. And but I have a Dear Julie Julie video I will be making, and that will be featured next week on her Dear Julie Julie channel. So she is great. She is a lot of fun, and the people who are part of her community are a lot of fun. I guess right now there is a Bible Journey conference I have signed up for. I'm doing a few things at a time. I know if I do too much at one time, I don't feel like I benefit as much. So I'm going to pace out that class with the printables that they gave us. I do have a Bible journal. I have a journal that I use for prayer journaling and not so much art journaling. I'll do doodles here and there, but I'm not like full out art journaling with paints and drawing a whole lot. I like doing that some. I also prefer, and I really like just using the embellishments and putting them in my journal. But I try not to have too much distractions in my art journal or my prayer journal, because I want to be able to listen to the Lord. And you can do that when you're artful, but since I sort of do a lot of artwork for work, I'm not as good as separating them out. I like to have like my prayer journal, and I may eventually do like a faith art journal, and I think that is good. And it's not like I can't worship as I'm working on that. It's just a different focus or energy on whether it's focus on the word or focus on the art. And for me, I'm very categorical. I like go down one rabbit hole, and it takes me a while to get out of it. So I keep those separate. I don't know if those will cross over more as I get more artsy and more comfortable doing things. I waited a while to do Craft with Me's because I know I'm a quiet crafter. I don't talk a whole lot. I just like to work and get the job done. Maybe have a show in the background or listen to something that's interesting to me. So doing the Craft with Me's, I think, will be great because it will stretch me to invite you guys to be a part of my process. And if there's something that I do that you can learn from, I really like that opportunity. I think it's our community is so good that we do learn from each other. I do things like, I like to do things that are very functional. So I make junk journals and I sell junk journals. I make journals myself a budget journal. I make myself a prayer journal. I don't really cook that much anymore. I do cook, but I'm a carnivore, so I just eat a lot of meat. So I don't necessarily need a recipe I don't need a planner as much anymore because I work from home. Although there's projects I might plan and participate in, our lifestyle is simple enough that I don't feel like I need to have that type of invest my energy in that. I think I can manage the things that are happening right now. That may change in the future, but I do journal, and I do mainly prayer journals, slice of life, family pictures and stuff like that for my personal journals. And I do make a budget journal, and I like to have a gratitude journal for Thanksgiving. I also like to do Louise Hensel and Barbara's, I can't remember her last name, 49 Dragonflies, Defender Ember. So those are challenges that I enjoy doing. And so during those seasons, you might see me working on projects. I also do Scrap Happy's, what am I thinking? Calvin Ball. So in March, so that whole month, we work on different projects that have prompts, and I do that all month. So you will see Craft with Me's working on Calvin Ball. It's a fun process. So I hope I'm just cutting things, so I don't know if that is very interesting to you or not. I went on to mostly how I craft is either I will use Lindsay Zenner stuff, my own stuff, Dear Julie. I will share specifically the Etsy people that I have downloaded. If I print up their stuff, I'll try to share that with you. And then I just go to Creative Fabrica, type in a theme. So I did library theme here and print it up, and I don't keep track of that as much. I will try to do that, but if you type in library, you'll find this clip art here on Creative Fabrica. If you do that, I find that Creative Fabrica is a great deal if you purchase a subscription every year. If you make a lot of journals and you need a variety of ideas for either digitals or you like to do different themes, since I make so many junk journals and I do a lot of themed junk journals and I do make my own digitals. Some I have on Ko-fi. Last year I didn't make as many digitals. This year I've made some, but I haven't put them up yet. I like to use them for a project, and I might put up a freebie or a small kit here or there. I think I make some cute digitals. Other people are at a much higher caliber. They have a lot more skills at making digitals. So, and there's so much out there that is so wonderful. I'd much rather share the digitals that other people are using, as well as my own. Like, I just made an Americana journal. So when you can't find things that I really want to use, or there's a specific vibe or mood that I want for the journal, I might create something myself. So I've done like a motorcycle journal. I've done, or I will use some of my antique stuff. I'm starting to make digitals using my antique things, and I will show a video of some of my digitals in the future. I just thought I'd hop on today, do a quick craft with me, say, hey, I'm adding some new stuff to my process and my videos. It won't be just flip throughs. And since I've been a bigger part of Dear Julie's community and they've hearing what I'm doing, they're like, hey, I'd love to see a workflow of how you work and what you do. So this is me doing that. The other thing that I do is I keep haven't been great, I've been recently, but all my ephemera, I try to store it by season. So as I work, I'm looking at the library things. And when I look at library things, the colors a lot of times are fall to me. There's some spring elements here that will go probably either in a spring kit or journal that is spring inspired. I am starting to make myself little packets. I don't go shopping. I just make my ephemera and I store it, and I shop from my 4 bins: my spring bin, my summer bin, my fall bin, and my winter bin. So if I'm working today, I'm going to be working on a poppy journal, a nautical journal, and I'm going to poppy, nautical, and maybe an apple journal. So I'm going to finish this journal that I'm working on here, and then I'm going to put those journals together. So all those are fall, so I'll go to my fall bin and pull out ephemera pieces I've maybe made before that didn't quite get used. Or as I cut down ephemera like this, I will store it in there to glam them out a little bit more. I have started to, I want to do 1 to 3 changes to ephemera like this. So if some of these pieces end up in my kits, they've already been modified to some degree as I'm making kits for different, whether it's for a class or for the shops and stuff like that. So that is sort of my process right now. My goal is I have a lot of extra bins of stuff, and I'm trying by the end of this, really, honestly, by the end by this time next year, I hope to have my office or my workspace much neater. I think I have a good workflow in my workplace, but I have too much stuff still. So this year will be either crafting down the things that I have, deciding if I want to keep different pieces or pass them on either through the shop or through classes or giveaways or stuff like that. But I hope to have a prettier craft area in the next year or so. And you guys can join me as we grow, as that process happens. I'll let you know how I organize things. One thing that I did last night that I think was really helpful for me is I was working on a couple, you know, when you're cutting things and you work on projects and you end up having extras, I have this little turtle that I throw everything into. Well, I was doing some red, white, and blue stuff, and then I had some leftover like summer tropical sort of safari theme items, and I just put them in a little baggie, and then those will go into my winter, spring, summer, and fall box for things to craft. So I have one for before and after. Like, I put all my fabrics are organized that way, all my papers are organized that way, and then as I start crafting, if something's not finished, I'll put it in the bin that I think it needs to go into and then get to it later. And if I finish a project, so here I might do one of two things. Let me see if I have anything here. Since there is ink on this, I do try to save everything. I know I can make a flower out of that or type something onto that. So I will just pop that out, and now I can throw this away. And then I put it in my little turtle like this, and I clean things up as I go. So I have a trash can just right underneath me. And that is pretty much how I craft my ephemera. I guess that is the best way to say that. I will go ahead and ink some of the things that I've cut as well. And then I have, do I have one nearby? Okay. So the other thing that I like to do is, so I may, if things don't fit into a season, I have bins like this. These are actually stamps, but I have little boxes like this. So if there's a color theme and I'm like, it's not really specific towards a season and it's smaller, and I want to use this as I make clusters, or if I sew little snippets and stuff, I may say, oh, these all will fit in here just fine. I will put it in one of my little boxes like this as well. So I sort of do either the 310s, or I have a group of these that I use pretty frequently. So when I'm done doing ephemera, I might say, oh, let me see if I can bling out some guest checks. That's too big for that guest check, but this might be really cute. So I will ink that up and put that on there, and that will be good to go. So I might do that for this whole set of guest checks. And then these guest checks might go into my fall bin. So when I'm working on fall things, I have something to grab. So that is just something that I think is really helpful for that's a process that I do. Okay. So like here's a piece here that would go into my not yet crafted fall bin because it reminds me of fall colors. So I hope that's helpful. I'm not going to bore you with cutting out more stuff, but I just thought I'd jump on for a little bit, do a craft with me, see if you guys enjoy the process. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe. I will do more videos soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.